Okay, but we are back.
We're back.
I'm gonna scoot on in so we can. This is better.
This is a lot of loveliness on one couch.
All of thickness. We hope we have some very independent men. Oh. I logged on to Facebook and here go my friend who was text messaging me telling me to check my damn Yahoo on my phone. Okay? I'm really trying not to be ghetto here.
Popular?
You know what I'm saying? But I gotta go. So,
wow. Wow. You are too popular.
See, she was here to witness that shit. I'm not making my phone do it. We're gonna do this call because evidently she wants to be in the show. But the message was, why would a man want an independent woman? Definition of independent woman: not subject to control by others, not requiring or relying on something else, not looking to others for one's opinion or for guidance, and not requiring or relying on others as far as care or livelihood. Hey. Hello?
I'm just gonna hit you with all that.
I want y'all to think about it. She made her debut on the show today. And she don't even know it. Call her.
Are you there?
Okay, so I'm in the middle of recording and my phone just went off. Facebook just went off telling you to check my stuff, girl.
Wow.
So, I'm letting you know I'm going to check it when I'm done, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and you are on the recording, so caller, would you say hello to the audience?
Hello, audience. How are you?
If you all don't know who this is, so I'm going to call you back, okay?
Okay,
Alrighty. If you all don't know who that was Miss Chocolate from my previous video at the Cha-Cha Palace with us, who was getting assaulted by Julio. So, we're going to go back here because of the fact that I want to touch, and there's a message, I wanted to touch on that.
Okay.
Not subject to
He's saying
control.
who would want an independent woman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would a man want an independent woman?
Okay.
Definition of independent: not subject to control by others, not requiring or relying on something else, not looking to others for one's opinion or guidance, not requiring or relying on others as far as care or livelihood.
Hey.
So I was like, okay, I personally don't see a problem.
Well, let's say, first of all, do you consider yourself to be independent?
Yes.
Okay.
I
do not.
And
I am of the mind that we are all interdependent. You know,
no. When I say
I'm self-dependent, God reliant.
That's it.
Self-dependent, God reliant.
That's it. Because none of this I could do without him.
And shouts out to my boo, because I appreciate everything that you do for me. You are my champion. You are my hero. I love you. More importantly, I like you.
Okay.
I like you.
So my thing was, I wanted him to elaborate on that. And he said, men need to feel needed.
I think so.
Okay. And I can agree with that. But to what degree? So when he said needed, and then he referenced what he said as far as, you know, opinions and guidance and livelihood, etc., my response was, well, I don't feel that if I meet a guy, I don't think that he needs to feel that I need him so much as I want him. And he said, of course, well, wants are temporary.
Okay.
Needs are too, actually. Because
once they're met.
I mean, because once they're met, it's a wrap, you know. But at least if I want you, I am there with you because I want to be there with you. I'm not staying with you out of obligation. I'm not staying with you because I need you to pay this bill. I'm not staying with you because I need you to take out the trash. I'm there because I want to be with you. This is who I'm choosing to share my life with. So, you know, I don't think that independent women is just in that square of a category to me.
Okay.
You know, if you're making your man feel like he's just not important to you, I think independent as well as codependent women do that. I mean, I don't think it's just about independent women. I think independent women these days get a bad rap. I really do.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, independence is not about rudeness and, trying to break them down. It's not about that. Independent women, in my opinion, is because, like we went and talked about previously, it's because you have to be. If you don't, you're not going to survive. If you don't have that man in your life, or that person or whoever in your life doing these things, you have to do them yourself. Why is that a wrong thing? Why is that bad?
I don't think that's a wrong thing, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I do agree that men need to feel needed. I think that a really good man and a really astute man and a man that pays attention, astute, college word, an astute man is looking at the woman that he cares about, and he's asking himself, what can I do for her? What does she need? You know what I mean? And it may be a small thing. It may be a small thing, but he's about meeting those needs. By the same token, a woman should be looking at her man and thinking to herself, what does he need? What can I do for him? And it has to go beyond some sex, and it has to go beyond some of those things. But really, how can I build him up? How can I help him accomplish his purpose? How can I help make every single one of his dreams come true? What am I bringing to the table, and how do I fit into his life? You should both be asking those questions. You should both be asking those questions.
But I don't know. I just don't feel that the sense of need that I have is that, when I'm in love with you, I need to have that affection from you. I need to have that, that ear. When I want to talk about my day, blah, 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 blah. And that sense of need, yeah. But I just have a feeling, as we went through the conversation, I'm not going to go, there's like 60 comments, and we're just not going to do that. He was looking at it from, doing things. And, so if you be the woman who's a great woman, will treasure and value you, she's successful. I'm not going to ever say that a man is intimidated by a successful woman, because I really don't believe that. I just don't believe that it's about intimidation, really. He may wonder, wow, she has it all. What could I possibly bring to the table? And in that type of scenario, I feel that he needs to talk to her, because apparently she doesn't have it all.
We all have needs. We all have things. None of us can exist on our own and is an island. We all have things that we need. So yeah, definitely, I agree with that.
You need to talk to her about that. But I just don't feel like, if I'm doing it all on my own, with the help of God now, paying the bills, blah, 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 I'm damn sure not gonna be upset with you wanting to come and play. You want to come pay some bills too. I'm not gonna be upset with that.
But I think it goes beyond. We understand. It goes beyond paying bills and those kinds of things. And it goes beyond.
That's what I was trying to say. If I want you, you're gonna be there, because I want you to be there in my life. I want someone to come home to. Well, y'all, let me not lie. I don't want nobody to come home to. I really don't want you here when I get here. That's because I've lived on my own since 19, and it's a huge adjustment at 34 to try to incorporate that now. But
you're just a baby.
Yeah, whatever, girl. I'm a big ass baby. But so if it gets to a situation, he wants to come over, that's fine, But have somebody to talk to.
You're saying to me that you don't ever want to live with your significant other. You don't. I'm a little traditional.
At this point, I'm traditional I'm an old school to a certain extent. It's gonna take a whole. I'm not gonna say I won't ever do this. It's gonna take a whole lot of love.
It's gonna take a whole lot of compromise.
Of love, and see. Come
on now. Why is that such a bad word?
Compromise is great. Compromise is great, but the compromise that I want is for him to allow me to have my own place. And it's not. Yes, and it's not for the purpose of doing anything, or
you can't have like a
having sex or nothing like that. No, I need to have my own place. Okay. Some come home to, because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I could be moody.
Hello, me, I can be moody too.
Moody as hell.
I can be moody too. But
do I really want that? But see, being moody like that can be damaging.
Here's the cure for moody. You have your life, your thing. He has his thing, and then you have your thing together, you really, and that's why I said, when I shouted out my boo, that's why I said, I love you. Because love is we got love covered. But more importantly than I love him is I like him. He's my friend. You have to, we spend so much time trying to get to the destination that we miss the journey, and we miss developing the friendship, because sometimes we latch on to people so quick, and we got our agenda going, and we got the romance thing, and we want somebody to fill this position and have them auditioning for the part of this and this and that, rather than letting this relationship happen organically and naturally and over time, and figuring out, is this somebody I even like? Before we even ask God, like, is this my friend? We like, is this my husband? This is my husband. Trust me, I've been there. I've been there. I've been there. Like, I want to get married. I want to get married. And I do. I still desire marriage.
Really?
I do. I'm traditionally that way.
Awesome.
I still desire marriage. But here's the thing.
Don't, girl.
I have met somebody that I want to be with.
Okay.
So I don't just want to get married for the sake of getting married. You know what I'm saying? I met somebody who I want to be with. So, I mean, the great thing about being grown is you get to work those things out. You know, you get to work those things and make those rules up as you go.
Yeah, I mean, and that's great. I've not gotten to that point, and I don't know how you got to that point. I just don't know. I mean, I'm sure it was a journey, but
hey, I'm just saying, there's somebody I really love, there's somebody I really care about. He is my friend. You like a baby shit? Yeah, no. I'm not engaged. I'm not married. We're friends. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I care about him. I marry him tomorrow. I don't know if he marry me tomorrow, but I marry him tomorrow. But if that doesn't happen, because that's just my little agenda, that's just my little thing. If there's something else in the plan for us, I'm okay with that too. I'm just relaxing and I'm enjoying this journey.
And that's what I want to do. I want to relax and I want to enjoy the dating and the journey. I just want to do it from separate locations.
Okay, well, hey.
I mean, that's just me. I just want to be able to come home and, you know, embrace my girls, my dogs, because they're a handful.
Take your bra off, kick your shoes. Yeah.
And you can do it around him too, but, but you know, I don't know. I haven't grown up to that point yet. That's what I'm going to say. You know, I'm 34, but mentally I don't think I'm there yet. You know what I'm saying? We would have to have a huge ass house.
It's okay.
I'm just saying. So I don't know.
I don't think it's huge as you think.
No, I would, because I'm not getting rid of shit. I work too hard. I work too hard to get all this shit. I'm not going to get rid of a damn thing.
Wow.
You know, and honestly, I'm going to tell you, there's compromise. We're going to get a bigger house. And I help pay for it. You ain't got to pay the whole thing by yourself. See? I'm compromising.
So willing to give up this cute little house for a gorgeous big house.
With an east, west, and south north wing. No.
I live with y'all.
Yeah, girl. Just stay on the south wing, girl. We want to see you. You have a separate interest in everything. I don't know. And everybody I've talked to that I've dated, etc., have looked at me crazy for saying I don't want to live together. There's one person that I'm chatting with, I'll say, because there's nothing else but chatting with, that actually understood that.
Well, see, my friend is
remarkable for me.
My friend is not in town either, so maybe that's what
and that makes a difference. You know, I mean, and
you know, other guys try to holler and stuff, and I'm always meeting people, and that's really good when they have the nerve to approach me, because for some reason, I don't know, some guys don't approach me. I don't know if they're scared or what. I don't know.
I think that's a Nashville thing.
What is that about? You
know, Nashville men, I'm sorry. You know, you can be offended and write in if you want to, but you just booty. Oops. I'm ghetto, rude, bonqueequee. Just booty.
Right, Savon. Because I didn't say that.
Booty. And you can probably,
I love you.
You probably say I'm booty too, but I don't care. Because
just come up and speak. It's not hard.
It's so hard for them to do that.
I don't know why.
I don't either. You know, I have found out so many dudes have liked or have a liking for me.
Let me tell you what I heard.
And has liked me for a very long time.
I heard the other day somebody, you know, and we've been kind of cool now for a while. So I've had a crush on you for 10 years.
What is that about?
10 years? Do you know what I've been going through in 10 years?
Why would you do that? Matter of fact, why would you do that to me?
You know, I don't even appreciate you saying something about it.
At this point, because
really?
I'm like, what the fuck you mean? 10
really?
years? I'm sick of that.
Well, you know, I just knew that I shouldn't approach you just any kind of way. And you thought now would be a good time 10 years later.
So
what do you have going on What do you have going on now that says that it's okay for you to approach me? Because apparently after talking to you, you're still not ready. I'm just saying.
So you should wait another 10 more years. I'm just saying. Then I've been married and
no, but I mean,
whatever.
come on, just say hello, get to know me. We don't have to have an agenda, just, you know.
But independent women is the problem. What about men with balls?
Oh.
Who know how to come and just say, hey, you know, I'm feeling